What is up, guys? Redstone here with another Minecraft video for everybody. Today we are going to be talking about 12W38A, specifically the command blocks, because those are just the best thing because they have to do with redstone. Woot! So anyway, for the most part, everybody knows about the command blocks and how they were in, 37A. You had the simple commands where you can do time set 500, where you can go around and inside you can do game mode 0 for me, or game mode 1 for me. So now I'm in creative or survival. Now I'm in creative and I can fly around, and it's pretty darn cool. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, the command blocks actually have some different arguments that they can receive now, and those different arguments are they can get XYZ coordinates, range, game mode, and count, max count of results. We'll talk about that later. Then you have your selectors, which were P, A, and R, but those were already there. So basically, we have this right here, and right now, actually we'll turn these clocks on. Boom, boom. Boom. There we go. Alright, so as you can see, the clocks are going. They're somewhat noisy. And actually, I'll turn down my sound because it's actually extremely loud. But anyway, we got the clocks going now. And as you can see, inside here, we have some good old emerald pillars. And I can break and place them as I please. Whatever. But we have these, boundaries on here. And what are these boundaries for? Well, if I do game mode, let's see, 0. Just like so, and I decide, hey, I want some emerald, so I'm gonna come on in here. What? Adventure mode? What are you talking about, son? I wasn't in adventure mode. Give me the freaking emeralds. Then of course you decide, oh fine, alright, and then I can all of a sudden dig and actually interact with blocks. What is this madness? Well, that madness is command blocks. And actually, we are going to do this, and the command blocks are pretty cool. Unfortunately, this is kind of like WorldGuard in creative mode, or in vanilla Minecraft. But unfortunately, adventure mode has some bugs, and as you can see, I can do like normal digging, stuff like that. Come in here, game mode gets changed to adventure, but I can actually dig them up with a diamond pick or any sort of pick. But if you do just happen to have your hand, as you can see, you can probably hear me clicking, and you can see that if I hold the mouse button, nothing happens until I walk out, and then my game mode is set to survival, and then I can do normal clicking. So it's not foolproof yet because adventure mode isn't perfect, but it works out pretty darn well. Now you may be wondering how this was accomplished with just using command blocks in a single player vanilla Minecraft world. Well, it was with the command blocks, and as you can see, we have the command block, and we have a simple command and then a bunch of gibberish to the naked eye, and then it's just confusing. But anyway, there actually makes sense. And I'll explain it to the best of my ability. Obviously, everybody knows the game mode command, and 2 is adventure mode, so this is game mode 2. Now, all of this right here, I can't select it, but all of this after the @ sign is basically the player, and this is where it picks the player to set the game mode for. So @A is target all players, and this is so if 20 people decided to go try to attack that emerald and take it, none of them could. Now these X, Y, and Z bounds are the actual coordinates of those emerald blocks over there, and then R is range, and range equals 5, and M is game mode, and it's 0. So basically this is kind of like an if statement to an extent. So basically for all players, if their game mode is 0 and they're within 5 blocks of this coordinate, set their game mode to 2. And so that's what it does. It checks if I'm within 5 blocks of these XYZ bounds, and if I'm in game mode 0, set my game mode to 2. And that is how come whoop, come on. No. Okay. There we go. If I actually turn these back on, you can see that if I actually just fly in here in creative mode, I can go break whatever blocks I want, do whatever, because it actually only checks if I am in, this one checks if I'm in survival mode, and will put me in adventure mode. So basically, if you're an op flying around, this doesn't affect you and you don't fall to the ground and die. Now this block over here does a similar thing, but this one actually checks if I'm 6 blocks away from it. So, you know, if I'm a distance away, then it checks if my game mode is 2. So then it's like, oh, are you in adventure mode and you're 6 blocks away from this bounds? Oh, okay, well, I'm going to set you back to survival. And so that's how I'm able to come out of adventure mode when I get further away. And so that's what these two do. Alright, so now over here we have another 2 clock that actually seems to be cycling exactly perfect. Opposite timings. Oompa loompa, oompa loompa. Okay. Anyway, if we come over here and we set our game mode to 0, you can see that we have this like little, you know, bedrock cube, whatever, and it says free resources in here. And I'm like, oh, free resources, huh? And we pretend that none of this is in our inventory. None of that's there. And so we're like, oh, free resources. This is survival. I need resources. So you come in here, and it's like, oh, game mode has been changed to creative. So then you know, diamonds. And you take, you know, a whole stack of diamond blocks, and then you leave. And now all of a sudden, you are back to survival mode. And but you still have your diamond blocks that you can go and give to everybody and all your buddies. Now obviously that doesn't make like much sense because bedrock can be broken in creative mode and you can just get out of here without actually having to backtrack and get sent in whoops without getting sent into you know, survival mode. But whatever, you know, it's all good. Same purpose. You know, you could actually put a bunch of command blocks around, so as soon as you like leave any of this boundary, because I actually only have a 2 boundary around that block, but you could make a whole, you know, 20 command blocks around here. And so if you're within, you know, if you try to leave, no matter what, you actually get sent back to survival mode. But anyway, you know, obviously it's not foolproof, but it proves the point. And basically this was done with a similar thing, but this time I checked if I was in game mode 0, and if so, I put myself in game mode 1. And then over here, it checked if I was in game mode 1 and put myself in game mode 0. And so, you know, in a way, this is kind of like this block right here, and I don't want to get too close because I don't want to go back to survival, but that block right there is kind of like a hidden pressure plate. And it'd be cool, Mojang, if they would actually allow this, you know, you could put set signal and then have this, and so that way if I walk over that, it sends a redstone signal from that block, and it would work kind of like a hidden pressure plate. But anyway, that's how I did that little thing, and it's kind of cool for if you just want to give your survival players access to some infinite resources. Alright, and then last but not least, I actually wanted to do one test. I haven't actually seen what this does, or anything like that. But in here, you can see I have teleport all players that are within 2 blocks and have game mode 0 to this location, of this location, 20000. So basically, if I walk inside this booth back here, and if I'm in survival, it's saying to teleport me to 000. And I'm pretty sure this should work because this argument counts as a player argument, so I'm almost positive it should, but I actually wanted to test it before the video was over. So let's see, I think that black block is it, so does it work? It does. And then it drops you into the void because actually that chunk was unloaded. So unfortunately this isn't foolproof because chunks do have to be loaded, but the chunk was unloaded, so that's why it fell through. But if you were to teleport to a closer location where a chunk was loaded, then you'd be all good. So anyway, now we're back here at the lands, and basically I wanted to explain one last thing. After I set myself to creative, we'll use the command block for the sake of it. As you can see, I have these funky clocks surrounding these command blocks, and you may be wondering why I do that. Well, basically, if a command block receives constant power, it only will execute the signal once as it receives the power. So basically, you know, if I were to as you can see, I flip this lever, and this command block is obviously constantly receiving a signal saying keep me in creative mode, or change him to creative mode. However, as soon as I flick this, you can see I just go to survival mode, because it's only on the power input that it actually changes. So basically what this does, and I'll turn this clock on, and what it does is, as you can see, we'll try to fly. Basically, one of these redstone dust here, or here are always powering this block. And so basically, this is the equivalent of giving this a 1-tick pulse to constantly spam it to make sure that it realizes that it's supposed to be checking. And so that way there's not, a whole 2-3 second delay where somebody could actually manage to break that block with their fist and get back. And so that is the purpose of this clock, and so as soon as one of these turns off, you can see the next one turns on. But at the same time, it has, 4-tick delay between it, so it doesn't lag the server or, single player. I managed to test this, and I've actually ran up to 1,000 of these clocks without lag. So that's why I do this, and at the same time, 1-tick clocks can get annoying. Now obviously this piston is annoying, and you can actually remove it. I just have it so I can easily turn these things off and on for demonstration purposes. So anyway guys, I hope you learned something about command blocks. They're kind of my newest favorite thing in Minecraft, and I may try making a mini game out of them, seeing what I can do. I know Seth Bling made his Team Fortress 2 out of it, and he did a great job with that. So maybe I'll see what type of mini game I can come up with using the command blocks. So anyway guys, thanks for watching. Sorry this turned out to be a bit longer than I hoped. But yes, thanks for watching once again. This has been Doc Redstone. Please rate, please comment, please subscribe. Thanks everybody. Peace out.